guys, welcome back to another Untamed Outdoorsman YouTube video, and today we're going to be doing some upgrades to my Titan 12. So what you see in front of you is some massive steering upgrades for this boat that I feel are pretty essential for these. Just with the stock stuff, I haven't had the greatest luck. These steering cables tend to stretch a little bit, and I also had an issue on this boat when I originally got it where these rudder gaskets that are just foam, it only had one come installed with it factory like they all do, but it seemed to leak into the boat while I was on the water. And I was having a problem where the water was leaking in and going directly into this back hatch. So Connor got me this Seaflow deck plate. That's the best upgrade I think I've ever done to this boat because I no longer sink when I'm on the water. But yeah, we put that in, and now we're going to do all the steering component upgrades. I got the BerleyPro T-lock system for the Native. I got the BooneDox Rudder green to match the boat, and I got this BerleyPro upgraded aluminum handle, and everything's made out of just billet aluminum. Huge upgrade from the plastic stuff from factory. This stuff should last me, you know, the whole lifetime of the boat without any issues at all. And hopefully with this new steering cord that BerleyPro gives you, I won't have as much stretch on the steering. But yeah, we're going to get right into this install. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was remove this stock top rudder cap here. And I pulled the old stock rudder out, as you can see, right here. And what I'm doing now is I'm just unscrewing the cables off of each side, but I'm not pulling them out of the slots because I'm going to use those to pull the new cables through after. So I'm just taking this off to the side so it's nice and easy to get access to. And I'm going to clean all this up before we install anything actually. Alright, and one of the big problems with these, like I was saying, is these cables are super stretchy. So it makes it have so much play on the handle when you're trying to turn in the water, and I absolutely hate that feeling. It's like 50-50. You get a new boat, you like it, but like after a while of use, you develop that stretch in there, and you definitely need something like this BerleyPro system. So I took those two out. I'm just going to leave these hanging here now. I'm going to go over the handle. I'm going to take that out, and we're going to start tying this stuff up to get pulled through. Alright guys, so I removed the stock steering handle and all this stock stuff that goes at the bottom of it where my stock cables come through, and I cut the end of them at an even length so I'm going to be able to pull these through. And now I've just got the BerleyPro stuff here, and we just got to figure out how these cables run through this boat so when I turn this way, my boat turns the correct way. But I think we figured it out now, so we're going to get these things pulled through, and we're going to pull these new cables through, and we'll get back to you when we're doing that. Okay, so now with the Burley stuff, they send you this, feels like braided line or twine or something, and it tells you to tie 6 half hitches around the cable that you're wanting to pull through. So in this case, if I pull this one, it's going to be this one, and tie 6 half hitches around it, yank it through, cut it off, tie it on the new one, and pull that one through. So we're going to do that right now. That way if it doesn't, we're going back now. I did it. Alright guys, so I got the first cord pulled out with our braid here that was supplied in the kit for us. Now I'm going to tie it onto one side of the BerleyPro, and I'm going to pull that one through. But while I'm doing it, I'm just making sure I flip this upside down and I cross the lines. That way, when I flip this over to install it back in the handle, everything should go perfectly after. The lines won't be catching on each other and won't be rubbing. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'll show you when we get it both pulled through.
Ah! Thank God.
Holy
Well guys, if this doesn't tell you anything, this is definitely a difficult install. I think it'll be worth it long term, but if you're not prepared to take on a difficult task like this, I wouldn't recommend doing it because this is very tedious and difficult, and you only get one shot at it in certain parts, so do this at your own risk.
Alright guys, so now we got the BooneDox cable pulled through. I got my piece that goes on the end of my handle done. I had several mini heart attacks while doing this process, actually. It's a lot more nerve-wracking than you'd think, trying to get these pulled through the boat. It's tight, you're relying on just a small piece of string knot, but in the end we got it through, and I think this is going to be probably one of the best upgrades I actually do to this boat. So I'm really looking forward to it, but we're going to start getting the back buttoned up, we're going to get this handle on, and we're going to show you everything here in a couple minutes. Alright guys, so now I got the BerleyPro handle here, and all I'm doing is I'm just going to install this piece into the bottom of this, put this screw in the bottom, and tighten it up, and we'll start working our way towards the back.
Okay, so now that we got the rope part of this done, which was definitely pretty difficult, and the handle, which was pretty easy, we're now on to the main steering component for the BerleyPro. It's going to sit in here like this, it'll move side to side. So before we get the rope installed to it, it's basically just twist it around a bunch of times to where it's nice and even. We're going to get the BooneDox rudder installed here, so it's pretty simple. I might not be able to get it while I'm recording, but the best way to do it is you just kind of push it in while these little plastic tabs are pushed up all the way. It makes it a little bit easier. You can play with it a little bit more. It's not too difficult. They really want you to put in their version of it, BerleyPro's rudder. We didn't want to do that. This BooneDox rudder is as good as it gets, so we're going to go with this. Or they want you to install the OEM one, but we're going to go with this. So it's a little bit different. This shouldn't be too bad. We're just going to get this all tightened up, and then they want you to do 4 bolts or 4 nuts punched into there. I already punched them in and I already almost broke my finger trying to do it, so. All right, bring it down a little bit.
Good?
Yeah, it's in. Okay, it's in. Okay, let it go.
Okay, go get the screwdriver now.
Okay. Okay guys, so this was a little bit of a confusing and tedious process, I will admit. Just trying to make sure we get proper tension here. This really wasn't, in terms of difficulty, it wasn't that bad. I just think it takes a little bit of practice. We got good tension on this now. We basically brought it through, we looped it around one time, we brought it up this piece right here, and then we just tied it onto these Phillips screws here. We put it right through this thing, and then put it right through these 2 screws right here. Holds decent tension. So as you can see, the play is so much better in this thing now. I can steer it no problem. Really smooth too. Really nice aluminum, billet aluminum handle there. And then the BooneDox rudder, we'll go down there and take a look. The BooneDox rudder is a huge upgrade compared to the other one. This thing, just early reviews and early comments on it, people say it's an absolute game changer on the water. People really like that BooneDox rudder especially. And then this BerleyPro is supposed to be a no-play system in it. So this is really going to improve the overall handling of this boat. This is Pete's boat, this is not my boat, so I won't personally feel it. But, you know, I have a really good feeling that we're going to get our money's worth with this. We're really going to enjoy it. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If we missed anything, you know, I apologize. This was kind of we were really focusing on getting this done. So I apologize if we missed anything. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it. We'll see you guys in the next video.